So we'll start the talk for the day. आज कोई बहुत ज़्यादा technical मतलब advisory नहीं है. It is a very technical kind of a discussion wherein I'll be sharing the facts with you as they are for officers who are retiring, for officers who are superannuating. जिस भी तरह से उनको क्या emoluments मिलते हैं, वो किस तरह से those emoluments are calculated, and those are the basic details which we'll be covering in today's talk. I have prepared a small presentation which I'll be sharing, and post the presentation, if you have any doubts, please do ask them. So I'll start this. Today's talk is about retirement payouts. That is when you're retiring, what are the payouts you are supposed to get. There are 5 broad payments. One is your own Defense Services Officers Provident Fund, BSOPF. Second is the gratuity. Third is the group insurance payout, or the AGIF or Air Force Naval group insurance as may be applicable. Fourth is commutation of pension up till 50% of your pension. And the last one is the leave encashment, which is as of today for 300 days of your total 10 months of your accumulated leave. How are these 5 payments calculated? Are they taxable or not? That is what we'll cover in the subsequent presentation. BSOPF is your own contribution. Whatever is the interest earned along with the principal is paid to you on the date of your superannuation. Final payment is tax-free. That is, whatever is the payment made to you, there are no taxes on the interest which is paid to you on the date of your superannuation, once or PMR or short service officers. This is payable to all because this is your own money which you have contributed and accumulated over a period of time, which could be 10 years, 14 years, and then beyond anything. So this is applicable to all. The final payment is tax-free. AGIF or the equivalent from Navy and Air Force. Again, this is an accumulated money of your own contribution. The maturity benefit is the accumulated amount which you have accumulated by the way of the monthly insurance premiums which you are paying, plus a compound interest on the income generated by the insurance company. In this case, it could be AGIF, it could be the Air Force or the Naval Group Insurance. Whatever income they have generated, that income as a compound interest, and they also give you a bonus on the accumulated amount. Whatever loans oblique advances you have from the insurance entity, they are debited. In the case of AGIF, anyone who is leaving army, whether it is short service or it is PMR or it is superannuation, there is an extended insurance cover of 15 lakh rupees which is mandatory. A payment of 1.6 lakh is debited from your final payout of AGIF, and the 15 lakh cover is given to you for a period of 26 years or 80 years, whichever is earlier. So let's say in the case of PMR officers, that would be if someone is coming out at the age of 44, then it would be till the age of 70 years. For officers who are retiring at say 58, then for them the cover would be for 22 years till the age of 80. So whichever is earlier, either 26 years or 80 years, whichever is earlier, there is an extended cover of 15 lakh rupees, which is mandatory. Then this is again, the AGIF benefit is payable to all short service officers who are coming on voluntarily release after 20 plus years, and officers who are completing their service and those who are superannuating. Next payment is leave encashment. Whatever leaves you have accumulated, let's say you have 200 leaves, 250 leaves, 300 leaves, whatever leaves you have accumulated, they are divided by 30, which brings them to a monthly figure. The payment of the leave encashment is your basic salary plus DA. Implication being the MSP is not calculated for leave encashment. It is your basic, and DA is what is counted or used for computation of leave encashment. Payment is for a maximum of 10 months or 300 days. Any leave accumulated over and above the 300 days is not counted for payout of leave encashment. It is restricted to total 300 days divided by 30, and that many months salaries payout. Again, the payout of leave encashment is tax-free. No tax is levied on this total amount. This is also payable to SS, PMR, and superannuation. So leave encashment is another benefit which is tax-free, which is given for a maximum period of 300 days. And the purpose of calculating the amount to be paid for leave encashment, basic salary, and DNS allowance is what is factored in. Next is gratuity. The maximum gratuity which can be paid to an individual is up to 16.5 times of last drawn salary. You need to have served for a minimum of 5 years. Only then you become eligible for a terminal gratuity, or as they call it, the service gratuity. For calculation of gratuity, for 1 year of service, 15 days of gratuity is paid. So 15 days payment is made for 1 year of service. Maximum is 20 lakhs. Once the DA is enhanced to 50%, the maximum would be 25 lakhs. This is also payable to all officers, that is short service officers, officers coming on voluntary release, officers who are superannuated. The payment again is tax-free. So even though your gratuity calculation may be exceeding 20 lakh rupees, if you have served for that many years, the upper limit here is 20 lakh rupees. Otherwise, it is maximum up to a 16.5 of last drawn salary. So either of the two, whichever is higher is paid, and the minimum calculation of gratuity is 5 years. So someone who has served for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, their gratuity will differ as per the amount of service they have put in. Calculation is including basic and MSP and DNS allowance. All three payouts are included in calculation of gratuity. Commutation of pension, maximum of 50% can be commuted. The maximum pension which can be commuted is 50%. This is for defense service officers. Central government employees only are able to commute up till 40% of their pension. So maximum of 50% can be commuted. 50% of pension into 12 into the purchase factor. So there is a purchase factor which depends on the age. More the age, lesser is the purchase factor. Therefore, for officers who are coming on voluntary release, although their amount of commutation may be less, but the factor at which they commute the pension is better. As compared to an officer who's coming at 58 or 60 years of age, their commutation factor is that much lesser. So with increasing age, the commutation factor is decreasing. Younger the age, better is the payout. DA is paid on the entire pension. जितना भी commuted के बाद में जो pension होता है, उस पर पूरी pension, पूरी basic के ऊपर DA पे किया जाता है. इसका calculation मैं अलग से पहले भी cover कर चुका हूँ commutation वाले talk में. Today also I'll be showing a small calculation. फैमिली पेंशन इज नॉट नेगेटिवली इम्पैक्टेड बाय कम्यूटेशन. इसका मतलब यह है कि अगर 15 साल के कम्यूटेशन के दौरान अनफॉर्चुनेटली इफ द पेंशनर डाइज, then the family pension is paid as per the norms completely. There are no adverse impact on the family pension because of the commutation. Commutation amount is also tax free. Whatever is the lump sum commutation amount paid, that is tax free. There are no taxes levied on the commutation amount paid. What are the different pensions? Basic service pension, which is a taxable pension. DA enhancement, as declared by union government time to time. जो भी government DAs enhance करती है for employees, they are equally applicable to pension also. Increase depends on subsequent pay commission. जो आज मान लीजिए एक ऑफिसर रिटायर हो रहे हैं और नेक्स्ट ईयर अगर पे कमीशन आता है या देयर इज अ चेंज इन स्केल, बिकॉज इवन दो देयर मे नॉट बी अ पे कमीशन बट देयर इज अ मर्जिंग ऑफ द डीए एंड द स्केल्स आर चेंज्ड, then the basic service pension will also be accordingly, the scales would be revised and the higher pension would be applicable. So the increase in pension only happens when there is a change in pay commissions. This is not to be confused with OROP. OROP is a slightly different concept which I'll explain in subsequent slides. But बेसिक सर्विस पेंशन आपकी एक बार फिक्स होती है, उसके ऊपर आपको डीए कंटिन्यूस, जब जब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट डीए की किस्त अनाउंस करती है तब तक वो डीए के बेसिक पेंशन में ऐड होता जाता है, और जो भी आपका बेसिक सर्विस पेंशन होती है वो टैक्सेबल होती है. देन इज द डिसेबिलिटी पेंशन. दिस इज समथिंग वेरी वेरी स्पेसिफिक टू द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस. Armed forces personnel who are adjudicated to be given a disability element and therefore a disability pension, their pensions are non-taxable. यहाँ please इस बात को समझें, both your service pension and the disability element, both are non-taxable. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ disability pension is non-taxable. The entire pension which comprises of disability pension and service pension, the entire thing is non-taxable. For minimum 20% disability, this is calculated at the rate of last salary drawn. So pension is disability pension is only admissible when the disability has been fixed at minimum 20%. So 20 to 50% के बीच में कोई disability है उसको pension मिलता है, 50% and above है उनको मिलता है. So up till 19% of disability, no disability element is, no disability pension is paid because the disability element is less than 20%. This can be commuted if it is given, if the disability pension has been agreed upon before the superannuation or before the release, then this can be commuted. It is allowed. For 100% disability, that means if an individual has been granted 100% disability as per their release medical board, then the total disability element paid to them would be 30% of the last drawn emoluments. अगर वो उससे कम है, मान लीजिए उनको 50% disability दी है, then the disability element would be 15% of the last drawn emoluments. इसको मैं बहुत broad अगर कहूँ, individual is drawing let's say emolument of 2 lakh rupees as a last salary, then the service pension would be 1 lakh rupees. And if there is a disability of say 50%, then there will be an additional 30,000 rupees of disability element. So total would be 1,30,000 rupees. And this entire 1,30,000 would be non-taxable. If the disability element is higher, then instead of the 30,000, it would be 60,000 rupees and the entire 1,60,000 would be non-taxable. Pension to gallantry awardees, again non-taxable. Anyone who has a Sena Medal gallantry and above is eligible for getting a non-taxable pension. So whatever pension is paid to gallantry awardees, whether it is basic service pension, whether it is a disability pension, in any case, they are not, income tax is not levied on their gallantry, on their pensions if they are in the receipt of a gallantry award of the grade of Sena Medal gallantry and above. This is covered under section 1018I of the Income Tax Act. Then what is a family pension? Ordinary family pension is paid to the 30% of the last drawn emoluments. This is taxable. Special family pension is taxable. This is when there is an attributable death. That is when an individual dies due to conditions attributable to the service. Then the special family pension is paid, which is a higher rate of payment, which is 60% of the last emoluments. So it is almost at the double rate of, not almost, it is double the rate of the ordinary family pension. And liberalized family pension is if there is a battle casualty or there is a war casualty or a battle casualty, then there is a liberalized family pension. Liberalized family pension is non-taxable and it is paid at the rate of 100% of last emoluments drawn. So whatever the individual is drawing as the last emoluments, the entire last emoluments are payable as a part of the liberalized family pension and there are no taxes on the liberalized family pension. How would OROP impact my pension? This is, okay, OROP is not applicable to individuals who will be officers, not individuals, to officers who will be seeking voluntary release after 2014. Same pension for same rank and same length of service. इसको यहाँ थोड़ा सा मैं explain करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. Let us say there is an officer today, 44 years of age. He completes his tenure of service, retires at the rank of a colonel at 54 years of age. There is another officer who is 34 years of age. This officer completes 20 years and retires at 54 years of age. During this time, if there have been two pay revisions, then earlier what would happen is that in the event of a pay revision, एक बार तो pension fix हो जाता था, लेकिन subsequently जो serving officers को yearly increments मिलते थे, वो pension वाले officers जो गए हैं उनको उसका फायदा नहीं होता था. Now what the government has decided that under OROP, all the officers who have moved out, even if after having completed their complete term, so जो increment का benefit serving officers को मिल रहा है due to pay revisions, that would be given to the officers who have moved out, and it would be fixed every 5 years. So let's say I retired in 2023 now, and there is a pay revision again in 2024. One, my pension would be refixed in 2024, and then in 2029, it would again be refixed at the scale of the officers who are leaving at 2029. पहले ये होता था सिर्फ 2024 में refix होता और फिर उसके बाद में there was payment of a DA on the revised pension, but the refixing was not happening after 5 years. Now the refixing would happen every 5 years for officers who are eligible for OROP. So this is going to give an enhancement to officers who are completing their tenure and moving out. Every 5 years, there is going to be an enhancement of their pension. Some more useful provisions for pensions. Pension is admissible even if there is a change of nationality. So if an officer, after coming out of Fauj, if they go and settle in a foreign country, other than the hostile countries, of course, which I'm sure none of us would do. So if you settle in a foreign country and you relinquish the Indian citizenship and take on a foreign citizenship, even then the pension is applicable. You will still be paid a pension. So change of nationality does not impact the payment of pension. For individuals who are allowed or who qualify for receiving two pensions, one from service and another from some other employment in the civil or the corporate or as the case may be, they are eligible to take two pensions, two family pensions. So there is no impact on the service pension for these individuals. I'll show you some very basic calculations here. This is very, very broad calculations, but so this is for, okay, let's start with this one. This is for an officer who is superannuating. Pension at 15% would be 1,12,550. DA at 42%. So total pension would be 1,59,821. Commuted pension at 50% would be 56,275. So this is a straight commutation of 50%, 1,12,550 divided by 2. That works out to 56,275. DA would be computed at the entire amount, as I had said. So DA is same 47,271. Therefore, the total pension to this officer would be 1,03,546 after the payment of commutation, after the lump sum commutation has been paid. These are very broad figures. There would be some variations wherein this officer, let us assume he has around 40 lakh rupees in his as a DSOP payout, which includes the principal and the interest. Then there is a AGIF payout of around 18 lakh rupees. This is for an officer who is superannuating at the age of 54, 56, 58 as applicable as per the rank. So there could be some variations in the AGIF payout. Gratuity would be 20 lakh rupees. By this, agent service officers would have reached wherein they'll be eligible for getting a 20 lakh rupees gratuity. Leave encashment would be approximately 29 lakh rupees, and the commutation of pension would be 58 lakh rupees. So they should get approximately 1.65 CR when they are retiring, 1.5 to 1.65 CR. The basic salary has been taken at 2,09,600. I've calculated it for an officer at the 54 years of age. There could be some variations if the DSOP contribution is less than, or the leave encashment is less, or if the officer opts for a lesser computation, then this amount would vary. For someone who is coming out after approximately 20 to 22 years of service on voluntary release, which we also colloquially call as PMR, then the total emoluments paid would be approximately 1.32 crores, which include DSOP at around 30 lakh rupees. I have made an assumption here that this would be a 30 lakh rupee payout. There could be less, it could be more individual. AGIF payout would be approximately 14 lakh rupees. Gratuity again 20 lakh rupees. Leave encashment approximately 22 lakh rupees. And why is the leave encashment lesser than that for the individual who is earning from as compared to the officer who has come on superannuation? Because of the difference in the salary. So leave encashment would be approximately 22 lakh rupees, commutation 46 to 47 lakhs, and total of 1 crore 32 lakhs. So the salary would be here, the basic salary has been computed at 1,55,000 and MSP at 15,500. Here the pension calculation is 85,250 is the total pension. DA as at 42% is 35,805. So total pension payable is 1,21,055 rupees. So commuted pension at 50% for this officer at voluntary release would work out to 42,625. DA would be 35,805. Therefore, the pension payable after commutation to this individual would be 78,430. This is finally now up for the short service officers. They would approximately get 45 to 46 lakh rupees, which would be their BSOPF, AGIF, gratuity of around 6.5 lakh rupees, leave encashment of around 8 lakhs. And here I have calculated it for an officer who is leaving after 10 years of service. So approximately 46 lakh rupees is what is payable to a short service officer. A small calculation on OROP. Presently, this is for since OROP is now applicable only to officers who are completing their term and superannuating. Therefore, this has been calculated at a pension of 1,12,550, DA at 47,271, total of 1,59,821. After commutation, the payout to this officer is 1,03,546. After 5 years, let's say the basic salary is 2,42,983. Therefore, after 5 years, the new pension would be at 1,29,241, which is a monthly benefit additional of 16,691. DA on the new pension would be 93,054 at the rate of 72% if the DA has been enhanced by then at that rate. So the total benefit would be a benefit of around 28,710. Basically, every 5 years, officers who are now completing their terms and coming out on pension or superannuating, their pensions will get revised every 5 years. That is the broad of this particular aspect of OROP. So as far as my presentation is concerned, I have finished.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind.